our YouTube poll. Have you heard enough from Draymond Green regarding the punch? And this was the soundbite we are talking about, which was leaked last night. Draymond Green sat down with Pat Bev on the Pat Bev pod. More of that is going to be, the whole thing I think is released today. I'm not sure if it's 7 o'clock Eastern or 10 o'clock West. I'm not sure. So we'll definitely get all of that sound here on 95.7 when we get it. But here was a little snippet from it that got leaked on social last night.
I don't just hit people. Dialogue, of course, happens over time. And you usually ain't just triggered by something like that fast, to that degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody on my team triggering me, in an instant. We know stuff that you don't say amongst men. You know what I'm saying? We know things that you have to stand on.
Conrad Arenas on the YouTube chat. Everyone has a damn pod. It's true. Pat Bev, Draymond Green, who else? JJ Redick. Everyone's got Paul George.
Let's stop on this. I don't just hit anyone.
Yeah.
Can we just stop there?
Yeah.
Let's go off just his NBA career from what we watch, because I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't just hit anyone.
Maybe he's saying punch, because he's definitely kicked a lot of people.
I think a lot of fans around the league from other teams would view that comment alone and say, I call cap.
Yeah.
You don't control your emotions. Like, that's a lie. You're in denial. Like, let's diagnose what you said at the front end. I don't just hit people. I don't get triggered. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. At what point has Draymond Green demonstrated on or off the court, whether it's at a podium or whether it's on the court, that he is in full control of his emotions at all times?
I can't. Yeah. Like, I even go back to the first round of the Kings series. We all just forget what he did to Sabonis and getting
That's what I'm saying.
He almost lost that series because of that.
How about what he did in whatever it was at the end of March? What was the month he couldn't get up out of?
March was the month. Well,
he said he was in full control of his emotions, and he had the 2 technicals to go. And what ended up happening?
Yeah.
He got the 2 techs and got suspended for the game.
It was Dylan Brooks who baited him into that.
He
says, I decide when I get a tech.
That's
and
right.
then you got baited into a tech by Dylan Brooks. It's like, you decide. Bro, Dylan Brooks just decided when you got a tech. That's where you're at right now, Mr. I Decide.
888-957-9570 is the number. Please call in or text in on the Comcast Business text line. Have you heard enough from Draymond Green regarding the punch? Or do you want to hear more? Because there's people, listen, we know drama. That's what it is. We love it. What's Feed Sports Talk Radio is drama. We can't help ourselves. 888-957-9570. Neither can Draymond Green. Clearly, this whole thing is just.
Oh, wait. Here, from the 510. You have to listen to it again. He said he doesn't hit people on his team. No, he just screams and yells at his head coach to the point where security has to come. And then, alienated a top 10 player of all time through his words on the court of undressing him and calling him a bunch of derogatory things. That Draymond? Okay, just making sure.
Michael Buelna on the YouTube chat. A lot of hate towards Dre this morning. We're not hating him.
No,
we are just telling and talking about him and what he has been throughout his tenure. Yes, he's a champion. He's a made guy. He'll get a statue. He's in this for the long haul. He just got extended. It's going to be Clay, Dre, and Steph forever. We get that. But you can also criticize some of the stuff he's done throughout his career. And that is what we're going through. And we are criticizing him and discussing him because he just won't let the dark cloud dissipate. The dark cloud that he dubbed it. And Steve Kerr dubbed it. There was a dark cloud over the organization. And I don't even know if it's gone because he keeps talking about it, Joe. Like, that's another thing. Are we sure this isn't going to linger into next season? Are we sure about that? Like, this whole thing? No, seriously. Like, is this going to linger into next year and cause more problems?
Does this sound like a man who's ready to move on?
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
and I think a lot of Warriors fans are ready to, but Draymond Green clearly isn't.
And here's my favorite. Well, they asked him. Well, okay, just because you're asked a question doesn't mean you have to answer it directly. How many times has Jordan Poole been asked that question by beat reporters?
Oh, bajillion. And he pivoted every time to his credit.
Exactly. It's not hating when I acknowledge the flaws of one of our favorite players of all time. You know what? Like, great example. Hey, I love Steve Young. You know that? One of my favorite players of all time. Steve Young underperformed in the playoffs. Steve Young got hurt a lot. Steve Young's career was cut short because of concussions, and it bugs me. And I wish he would have been able to put a comprehensive playoff resume up there that really, truly had him in the top 10 of the all-time quarterbacks. He had flaws. He did. He had a lot of flaws, and I identified him all the time. At times, he was too sensitive. At times, he was an overthinker. Almost analysis by paralysis. Those were his flaws. You know what Draymond's flaw is? The guy is completely delusional.
Jesse in Mountain View wants to weigh in at 888-957-9570. Jesse, what's going on?
Thank you guys so much. Beat reporters, fans. I've been in the Bay Area for 15 years. I love the Warriors. But it's been too long. Draymond Green's been too long. We think about does he average double digits a game over his career? What does he give to the game? What does he give? He gives the excitement, the defensive presence, but is that worth it? Is that worth the drama over the years? Then maybe that's the question to ask right now. We all need, as a fan base, the beat reporters, radio hosts, TV, we got to raise up off of Draymond's testicles, stand up, look at him objectively, and wonder if this is worth the drama.
I asked that question heading into the offseason. Everyone's calling me a hater. I just call it like I see it. And I think people are afraid to acknowledge the truth. You know, the mirror doesn't lie. That's something that my grandma taught me way back in the day. The mirror doesn't lie. And I think that, we've canceled this individual, but Michael Jackson has a song, Man in the Mirror. And it's one of the, it gets me emotional when I think about the song. I know the artist is...
It's controversial. I don't think he's canceled because I hear his songs on the radio daily, but yes.
When you hear the song, it makes me think, because I think one of the most difficult things why so many people see therapy as being soft and you're weak and all that, it's actually, no, it's strength. You know why? Because you're looking to within and you're trying to improve yourself. And I think at times, Draymond in particular is afraid to look in the mirror, and that's, to me, he'll never be able to grow until he starts to, see his own shortcomings.
I don't think he's apologized for this yet. Right?
I don't even need him to apologize.
But I'm getting a lot of that on the YouTube chat. It's like all they want is an apology. I was like, I don't think you're going to get it. Like that's what you're getting at here. He's not going to apologize for this because clearly he believes what he did. He'll say it was maybe I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. It caused all this sort of stuff. But deep down, I don't think he's that sorry about what happened.
But it doesn't matter if he's sorry. Sometimes less is more, to allow it to move on, to allow everyone to move on and to breathe. For example, right, when two people get in a divorce and it's very ugly and they're still trying to maintain the relationship of raising children and whatnot, you don't continually harp on why you broke up and the cheating or maybe the financial issues that led to the divorce. You got to find a way to move on so that you could both live normal lives.
Have you heard enough from Draymond Green regarding the punch? Again, if you're just joining us, Joe Spadoni and for Bonta Hill, that's Joe Shasky. The Morning Roast, we've been discussing little soundbite from Draymond Green got leaked last night on social in regards to his sit down with Pat Bev, and that whole podcast is supposed to be released today at some point. We will get all the snippets and good stuff from that. You can be sure of that right here on 95.7 The Game. Your calls, 888-957-9570.